I thought he did a pretty good job. I didn't think he had great command of his fastball today, but I thought he did a really good job of pitching out of some jams. They had a number of opportunities to score, and they just scored really in that first inning in a sense. So very pleased with what he did.
He had to overcome adversity in that first inning, bouncing back after giving up the home run. Do you almost learn a little bit more about him, the way he was able to get back?
Yeah, you want to see how they respond, and I thought he responded well. He went back to pitching, put it behind him, and got some important outs for us today. So we kind of had him on a pitch count today, is why I took him out. He was still pitching well, but he hadn't been above 77 pitches in spring training or the season.
How encouraged have you been by the way Aaron Judge has been able to square up the ball consistently?
Really encouraged. And it just seems like he's really gotten going. And someone like that gets hot and starts swinging the bat well, there's going to be balls leaving the ballpark because he's so big and strong, and that's what's happening.
Brendan?
How concerned are you over Brett?
A little bit. He has a bruised jaw. He's day-to-day. My thought process is he probably won't play tomorrow, and then we'll see how he is after that. But right now, it's just considered a bruised jaw, right? That's
and a strained neck.
Strained neck. I mean, he got bounced around pretty good. Also,
do you have anything new on Caprillion?
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm going to let the doctors tell you because it's hard to explain. And I think the ball is in Caprillion's court. So I'm going to let the doctors or Cash explain it to you because I still don't really understand it.
Brian?
Is there any concern Gardner might have to have a concussion test? And what did you think of that play in general?
Well, I mean, I don't know what you mean by what I thought of the play. He kind of fumbled it and made a bad throw, and it kind of led to what happened. Both players ended up leaving the game. As of right now, they don't believe that he has a concussion. Now, could he come in tomorrow and have some concussion effects? Sure. But right now, we don't think he has one, and we'll reevaluate him tomorrow.
Eric?
I guess this kind of relates to that. Is your inclination that could possibly be a DL situation?
For Gardy?
Yeah.
I sure hope not. Everything that he's been through so far, he's come through pretty good. And he feels like he got kind of lucky in that situation. But he has a pretty good mark underneath his chin here. So we'll just have to see how he is.
Clap.
Joe, are you likely to give Montgomery another start?
I would think so, yeah.
Just check.
Who else? Dan? Ron?
Was there any thought to hitting Bird there? There were a couple of times when he might have had a chance to pinch hit, whether it be for Cosmo or for Carter later.
No, well, I went to Gardy because we had them both ready. It's hard to turn a double play on Gardy. So you feel that you're going to have two opportunities to drive that run in, and that's why I went to Gardy in that situation. And, Birdie hasn't had swings in 5 days, so I thought that was kind of a tough spot to put him in. My hope is that he's in there tomorrow.
Starting?
Yeah.
Ron?
For Montgomery, what are the things he did in this time out there that you liked, and what are the things you think he needs to improve on?
I thought he pitched out of jams really well. I thought he used his changeup effectively. I thought he used all his pitches effectively. Could he have spotted his fastball better today? Yes. Could his two-seamer had some more run? We've seen more run on it? Yes. But for the first start, I'm pretty pleased. There's a lot of emotions that go into that, and you worry about guys overthrowing, and you worry about getting them through the first inning and how they're going to respond. So to me, it was really a positive day.
Dave and Andrew, to your left, Joe.
I was going to say, Joe, because in that first inning, he had two chances. He was a strike away from getting out of any damage at all. I mean, is it a much different outing? If you think if he gets out of that, gets that strike?
Yeah, I mean, I still look at it as a real positive outing. I do. Could he have held them in check for the whole time? Yeah. Could he have got through 5? Possibly, if he makes a better pitch. But he didn't, and that's part of it, and he'll learn from it.
Joe, I know you're watching every at-bat intensely, but when Judge is up there and doing what he's done the last few days, do you feel like there's more of an anticipation to his at-bats than perhaps others?
Oh, I think so. I think that because of the size of him, I think it's always going to be like that. I think, people are curious how far they can see Aaron Judge hit a ball.
Over to the right against the wall, Joe.
Joe, what do you think the difference has been with the way Chase has relaxed at the plate compared to the start of last season?
I wish. I mean, I think he's done a little bit mechanically, getting into his legs more. But I wish I knew, because if I knew, no one would ever get off to a bad start. It's just part of the game, and everything is, overanalyzed at the beginning of a year. And, for him, it's a minor adjustment. He's off to a good start and feels good.
Back right, Joe.
Joe, what do you think about Higgy behind the plate today?
I thought he did a good job today. As nervous as Monty probably was, I can tell you from a catcher standpoint, you're pretty nervous back there too, being a rookie, because there's a lot of responsibility on you. And you're in charge of calling the game and trying to get a young kid through. So I'm sure Higgy had a lot of the same feelings that Monty had today.
Dan, right here in the middle.
Speaking of overanalyzing things, with you guys down in the ninth inning there in Baltimore, you guys come back in that game, and now you've won 3 in a row. With a young team like this, to bounce back from that and then to have this winning streak, is it kind of important, even though it's really, really early in the season, but an inexperienced
I think
team?
it's important. I think it's important to put streaks together. Good streaks, not bad streaks, good streaks. And, we're able to come from behind. We didn't take advantage of walks early in that game on Sunday, and we eventually, got to them and were able to win that game. And I think it's just carried over. We've tacked on runs late. We were down 2-0, 3-0. We got the 3-2. We have the bases loaded and nobody out, and somehow we found a way to get 2 runs without a hit. But I think it's important.
Brendan.
Do you see Romine as your starter, or do you think you'll mix and match with Jack?
No, I'm going to catch right now. My plan is to catch Romine. So I thought it was important that we got Higgy in there right away, so he's not sitting and waiting. And they really haven't played a game they've had 1 game since April 1st, I think. So I thought it was important to get him back in there and get him feeling good.